Alright guys, so before we get on into the interview, I wanted to just throw in a disclaimer right here at the beginning of the video because I just got home and started to review some of the footage, and I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty rough. Definitely not the best video that I've ever shot, and I just wanted to kind of explain why that is. And a big reason for that is because of the venue. So we had locked this interview in about a week prior to MUDVAYNE coming to Ohio and going up to do this. I ended up driving 3.5 hours up to get the interview, and MUDVAYNE tried to cancel the interview like as I was already in town. So there was that. I don't know how I managed to get them to let me hang on to the interview, but then once we got there, it was just this big hectic mess. Like, they didn't have our passes ready, so we had to kind of wait around for the tour manager. Once the tour manager got us in there, the venue was like, no tripods, no lighting, no audio equipment, and we could only take our point and shoot. They wouldn't let us take our big camera, so I had this tote full of stuff, and had I known that that was going to be a problem, I would have just put these lapel mics in my pocket because the audio on this video is awful. Shannon Guns was in the dressing room with us, and she was doing a Twitch live stream, and we kind of walked in on the middle of that. And I didn't know if she was going to be done or not by the time that we started the interview, and she most certainly wasn't. So you're going to hear a lot of Shannon Guns in the background doing her podcast or Twitch stream or whatever it is. So if you can bear with me and get past that, she leaves about halfway through, and I will put subtitles on the screen. But yeah, it was a very hectic day. I didn't want to not shoot the video or not post the video because it's cool, and I think that it's a good interview if you can get past certain technical difficulties caused by the venue and their lack of care for press, I suppose. So, with that being said, enjoy this Chad Gray 2022 MUDVAYNE interview. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Good here, not at the House of Masks. We are actually in the green room with the dead man himself, Chad from MUDVAYNE. How are you?
Good.
You look fantastic.
Dude, seriously,
I want to start this off right.
Okay, well, text me and let me know, because if you are, you should
show and tell.
Show.
You gave that to my dad when I was 6, and I've had it ever since.
Yeah, come see Rob Zombie and MUDVAYNE and
great.
hang out.
I've seen
Dude,
a few of these.
Yeah. Chad would love for you to be there too.
They're fucking rare. I can't even remember how many we have.
Yeah.
Well, that one's been played to death.
It's in Irvine, so you'll have to go down a little bit down to Orange County, but maybe you can figure out a way. We know people that know people that
got that cover
from LA, so maybe you can figure out a way.
I've never seen one with the jacket.
Yeah.
Maybe I have.
Yeah.
I think I've seen one sealed.
Yeah, I love it. Oh my god.
My life,
well, thank you.
Awesome.
Have you ever seen
probably a couple of those
Power Man 5000?
Dig and Nothing to Gain.
Nothing to Gain.
Both of those are
Nothing to Gain is my jam.
Both of those are
favorite song.
Okay.
All right, so it's very apparent that MUDVAYNE is back. Why?
See when you
now?
get in.
Why is
If it is on
MUDVAYNE
the
back
12th,
now?
you
Why
should come
was
down
this
to
the
the
time to
show.
come back?
I don't know.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, it's weird, right? Well,
Done deal.
obviously,
Thanks, Jakey.
You know,
Taking
fucking
care.
things happen. And I lost my drum.
I love that.
You know, I lost
But
my
yeah, so Power Man, see that for the
like
first
it's
time
like when
tonight.
you're
Pretty
like
stoked.
if you're passionate about something, you need to be passionate about it, right?
Absolutely.
It's
So
going
it's like
down.
when I was in MUDVAYNE, I was super passionate about MUDVAYNE, and then just there was a lot of things.
They got it up
You know,
and going.
people don't understand the business side of it. You know what I mean? Or whatever. And it was just a lot of stuff. It wasn't fun anymore. You know, hell yeah, and then you know.
And
we
that
had
was
a
when
lot
they
of
first
fucking
announced it all.
fun doing it. We spent
they started
10,
touring.
12 years.
And then of course
doing
there was
it,
that.
and then,
And
you
we
know,
all sat
spend,
home for a long time.
and,
But how crazy! I mean, I feel like life is just going by
everything
so
just
fast
kind of
right
made
now
sense
because there's so much
to
going on.
come
I don't even
back
know how
to
it's all
this,
started.
you know. And I mean, dude, I've done a million fucking interviews, and every interview I did was like,
It's insane.
so MUDVAYNE.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's cool, you know, but like you kind of got to put your feelers out there too. It's like, is it really, you know, if we do it, is it going to work? And shit like that, you know. It's just like,
dude, it's really exciting. You guys have new music coming. I can't wait for October. Like I said, I've already pre-ordered it, dude. Chat Spirits comes out. It's October 14th, isn't it?
It's just when it comes to the makeup and stuff like that.
Yep, October 14th.
I'm like
Nothing more will
trying
release
to
there.
change it
Rob
up. I want to make
Spirits,
it special
you
for
need
each
to get it. It is going to be
city every
amazing. I
night
know
to do
it.
something a
These
little
guys
bit
always make
different.
us wait a long time
Whatever,
before
you
new
know,
albums.
and
This
just
is your trend,
fucking,
and
you know, the danger and the
and as a
realness
fan, I get it though, because you put.
So with that being said, do you think that, and I've always thought this, do you think MUDVAYNE was ahead of its time?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I mean, we just like the whole look thing. I mean, it's pretty pretty easy for us. We were inspired by modern art and Jackson Pollock, and things like that. It's not like a bowl of fruit, you know. It's something you look at and you're like, you're trying to fucking wrap your head around. Like, what the fuck is this? What is Barnett Newman? What is this? You know, is okay. Somebody tells me it's art, so it's art. Bullshit. If you look at it and you fall into it, you kind of get into the headspace of what maybe Pollock was seeing or something like that, which is fucking madness. You know, you just see it, and like, you know, movies, directors, Stanley Kubrick, and fucking like very slow, very kind of painful maybe watching experience. You know, 2001 is probably the most fucking slow, boring goddamn thing ever, but it's just captivating, you know. So, but that was what inspired the makeup. You know, was like we were so inspired by visual things, from movies to art, that it's like when you go to a movie, you have content, you know, the lines, and the music, you have content and the lyrics, and then you have a score that is the music, and in the movie there's a score, and you have visual. Absolutely. You have three things in a movie, you know. And while you're on stage, not in makeup or whatever, you know, playing in a band, if you do it, you know, you're adding very powerful visual, which is interesting too, because like, you know, for us, it's like we're like, our fans are so goddamn ravenous and rabid. They're just insane. But there is a level too, like we can be hitting it as fucking hard as you can, and they're just like, they're watching. They're not pitting. They're not slamming. They're fucking. They're embracing kind of the moment.
What it's about,
and I think that that's the big thing too. Is it's like we in life, you know, we're taught to hang on so tight. You know what I mean? I don't know if we're taught. We just do. We hang on so tight. And are we hanging on the right shit?
Right.
You know what I mean? And sometimes it feels like we're really holding on too tight to the wrong things, and we're not letting go when the opportunity is presented to us. So like that's part of my responsibility, I feel, is to get on stage, because I want to do it too. I get to do it with you.
Fuck yeah.
You know, like it's easy to do this all the fucking time. You know what I mean? But it's very hard to do that. It's very hard to open your fucking hand and let go.
Absolutely.
And I think we deserve it as a race, as a human, as a humanity. We shouldn't have to be on fucking pins and needles all the time. You know, we should be allowed to have a moment where we go, you know what? Fuck the gas, fuck the food, fuck the bills, fuck the bullshit, fuck the job, fuck the babies, fuck this, fuck that, you know what I mean? I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna get my head right and watch this fucking show, because I deserve it, and I owe it to myself. So if I can give somebody that
I'd say
ability,
you probably keep a lot of people sane.
Yeah, keep a lot of people alive.
Yeah,
it did me. You know, I'm a fan of man. I'm a fan of music.
Yeah,
I've been a fan since I was a fucking kid. I mean, I'm still a heavy metal kid, and nothing about me is a kid, but I am, like, you know what I mean? Like, I still remember the first time I heard Motley Crue Too Fast for Love. You know, I grew up with classic rock. I grew up with great music. My mom was 17 years old when she had me. She was still a kid. I remember her cruising the strip with her friends, probably fucking drinking and driving, smoking weed.
Yeah.
I'm in the backseat fucking playing with Hot Wheel cars, you know, when I'm 3 years old. And fucking, you know, Do You Feel, Peter Frampton was on the fucking radio. It was an 8-minute song, you know what I mean? And Eagles and Bob Seger and all that shit, you know what I mean? So I grew up with music. But then I hit a time, I hit a point in my life where I was like, you know, I fucking got Motley Crue Fast for Love, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is this? This is, whoa, what is this? And then Shot the Devil, and then of course Ride the Lightning, and blah blah blah, 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 blah. It just kept going. So I've been a fan of like metal since I was a fucking child, you know what I mean? And it's like I still carry that with me, you know. It's important.
I think it makes you care.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. 100%. It's one of the only things I fucking care about.
Awesome. Yeah. One last question for you to close this out.
Got it.
Are we going to get any new Mudvayne music in the future?
There's talks.
There is?
Yeah. That's good. So we'll see.
Great answer.
I mean, I think, you know, like, whatever. I mean, that's what I do. I mean, I've been writing, recording, you know, and touring music for 20 years, you know, so this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. So, you know, obviously right now you deal with what's at hand, and what's at hand right now is going out and fucking lighting this fucking town up tonight.
Absolutely.
And moving on down the road. But once we get a little break in the action or whatever, we'll see what happens. See what shakes out.
Awesome. Well, appreciate you taking the time for us.
No problem, brother.
This has been AJ, not at the House of Masks, with Chad. Mudvayne is here, Mudvayne is back, and we are ready to go. We'll see you at Pale Fest.
Stay metal.